guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new Audi RS5.
And huge thanks to Audi Tampa for making this review possible. They have an impressive inventory. I'll leave a link to it below, and if you're in the market for a new premium vehicle in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And for those of you guys who don't know, the RS5 has been Audi's top-of-the-line performance sport coupe since 2010. That's when the first generation was released. Available as a coupe or sportback, the sportback trim that you see here is the second generation, of course. However, for the first generation RS5, both coupe and sportback models came equipped with a 4.2-liter V8, making 444 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. The second generation RS5, which you see here, released in 2017, updated and facelifted for 2019-2020, featuring a 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6, still making 444 horsepower. However, we have an increase up to 443 pound-feet of torque, over 120 pound-feet of torque increase, making this vehicle accelerate to 60 as quickly as 3.8 seconds from the factory.
This particular RS5, which you see here, has a couple performance upgrades, including a tune, aftermarket intake, and exhaust, so expect power numbers to be closer to the 500 for both the horsepower and torque, enough to get this car to 60 probably quicker than 3.5 seconds. This is a really fast car. From the factory, Motor Trend was able to get 3.8 seconds to 60, so with the tune, intake, and exhaust, I would expect to be closer to 3.5. We're also sitting on upgraded suspension. Not quite sure exactly what the suspension here is, but here for the RS5, starting around $76,000. Let's see what we get. So up front, you notice your ABT front splitter, all carbon fiber, all aftermarket. The tune intake is ABT as well. We'll check out the exhaust. Not quite sure actually about that, but the RS5, which you see here, has these really nice LED headlamps with the LED daytime running strip, like in the black headlight housing too. This gray metallic color also really pops in this Florida sun. Quattro badge beneath on the lower grille area, forward-facing camera underneath the Audi badge, RS5 in the left corner, functional heat extraction in both corners outside too. No functional fog lights, however that is coming available as an option. Really impressive airflow for this intercooler and radiator for this 2.9-liter V6. As far as the wheel and tire setup, also impressive, especially with this suspension setup, since we have literally zero wheel gap. Look at that, zero wheel gap. The stance in this vehicle is really impressive. We have some side sensing to match the front, parking sensing too. But here we have these 20-inch Audi Sport rims, pretty standard design, just a sharp little flare for the 5 spokes, wrapped in 275/30 ZR20 Toyo Proxy Sport summer tires. Some of the better summer performance tires, especially for the money that you can get. You notice your Audi carbon ceramic brakes, which are a pretty expensive option. However, they're basically lifetime brakes, and they will be much better when it comes to cooling and track use. Continuing along, of course, no plastic cladding, all body color RS5 badging outside, carbon fiber mirror. You notice the LED turn signal on it, blacked out trim for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, no tints. That, of course, could be added aftermarket. Smart access for all 4. Out rear, we could take a look at these still 20-inch rims wrapped in 275/30 ZR20 Proxy Sport Toyo tires. So you can do tire rotation here. Same rim overall. Multiple piston brake caliper, which is nice, and the brakes are drilled and carbon ceramic. You get an additional side sensor. This vehicle has the 360 sensing. We'll check that out once we step inside. LED taillights, RS5 badging in the corner, Audi badge in the middle, and as we mentioned, we get this really impressive sounding Miltech Sport exhaust system. No, not an ABT. Rear parking sensing too, but we can take a squat back here, start this 2.7 or 2.9-liter V6 up, and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 sold by Audi. For the RS5, it sounds really good with this Miltech Sport exhaust. Soon you figure out this latch, which is a little bit tricky, but still thumbs up for the struts. As we mentioned, we got the ABT power tune, ABT performance intake, but what you see is basically what you get. From the factory, you can expect 444 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque. enough to get this sports sedan to 60 in 3.8 seconds. With these performance goodies, expect closer to 3.5, which we'll check out once we take it out for a drive. But what you see is basically what you get. You get some strut tower braces connected to the frame, which should help when it comes to handling. In front of the radiator and intercooler, you don't see any more additional supports, and this air conditioning makes a lot of noise. We'll shut this thing up right here. Take a step back, get a good look at your daytime running lights. Really like the front end styling. As far as the interior, also really impressive on this RS5. Remember, this is a top of the line for Audi's compact, I guess, 5 Series sedan. But up top, everything is nice and soft touch, single pane windows, and no frame for the window trim on the door itself. It integrates flushly with this little area. But anyway, beneath, suede Alcantara, carbon fiber, aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats, nice soft stitch with contrast stitching, auto one touch for all 4, power folding, 4-way adjustable mirrors, tailgate release, and we get some nice rubberized texture for the bottom area. 2 speakers on the door, RS5 nameplate, beautiful RS quilted and adjustable leather seats. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats, adjustable bolsters, and 4-way lumbar control, and these seats are also massage. We can take a step inside though, really check it out, and we'll turn this air down by a few so you guys can hear a little bit better. But first thing we notice is the steering wheel, flat bottom RS steering wheel, Audi rings in the middle. It's nice and rubberized as far as the steering wheel itself, or horn itself. Sounds really aggressive. The paddle shifters are also really nice, satisfying click to them. Cruise control in the lower left corner, auto headlamps, auto high beams, turn signals feel really satisfying to click. We get auto rain sensing wipers too, which is a nice feature. No auto tilt and telescoping steering wheel. You have the latch right back over here. Auto headlamps, you can get a good look at your pedals. You can see the carbon fiber trim throughout this interior. Soft touch materials up top. No touchscreen. This is just a 2019 RS5. The new ones will be coming equipped with touchscreen, but everything's adjustable right here. The map is a pretty decent resolution, pretty responsive with this dial too. Definitely nothing to complain about. As far as the menu, you can see everything that's potentially available. Settings, navigation, telephone, media, sound, and vehicle. As far as vehicle, you got auto, dynamic, and individual. You can also press these buttons and adjust that as well. Next to it, you can turn off your traction control, auto parking, you can turn off your parking sensors, and you can turn off your infotainment screen altogether. Next to this carbon fiber trim, we get dual zone auto climate control, heated, no cooled seats, unfortunately. Not the biggest deal though. Dual zone auto climate is still a nice feature. You got these really nice vents that integrate completely throughout this interior. Quattro badge or more carbon fiber surrounding it. 2 cup holders, engine start stop, soft stitch leather for your knee will often hit. USB port, which is perfect for the cord right now because my phone is starting to die. 12 volt, which is nice. 2 cup holders with a pass-through preset. The gear selector controls your 8-speed auto transmission. If you don't want to use the paddle shifters, this transmission also has manual shift modes. In the improper directions, you can downshift and upshift. As far as the backup camera, you can check it out right here. Super high resolution. You get guidance lines, trajectory, and a 360. Multiple views too with this camera. As oh, sorry, we don't have that. What do you call it? Touchscreen. I keep forgetting. But anyway, we got multiple views. Front-facing camera. You have a different angle for a front-facing camera. Over the top for the rear, and a wide angle for the rear. No blind spot cameras, but not really a big deal. Throw right back into park. Unfortunately, it doesn't return to its home screen, just like most of the other German vehicles. To go back home, you have to actually press the home button. Not the biggest deal though. Auto parking brake. You got the volume adjustments and skip in the perfect location. The passenger should have no problem activating a good spot for a key. We get a wireless phone charger too, which is nice. You have to open up this compartment to access it. Not the most storage though. I wouldn't expect you to fit any cans, just some car accessories, aux port, and a USB port. All right, over there. As far as the glove box, we can open it up. It's lined with felt, which is nice. SIM card and your SD cards go in there. I'd expect you to fit between 10 to 15 license plates. Pretty impressive. Auto dimming and a frameless rear view mirror with the compass on it. The shade you can open up, pretty large sunroof. You double click the shade and it opens right up. You can double click the glass and the glass opens up as well. We'll see how far it opens. It's right on top of the roof. It's not gonna be sitting inside. Wouldn't really be expected to. See if it goes any further. Nope, that's about it. We can poke our way out of here. Pretty beautiful day today in Tampa. It's just really hot. It's about 103 degrees according to this Audi. So yeah, we're gonna get that thing closed and just sit nice and comfortably in this AC. That's about it for this front seat area of this Audi RS5. To the left, you have your lighting controls with your interior lighting as well. let's check out the back seat real quick, see how much space is offered back there, check out the trunk, and then take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, taking a step inside the back seat of the Audi RS5, soft touch up top, suede Alcantara with the really soft armrest, auto one touch, some more of that carbon fiber trim, and I'm liking this aluminum door handle, 2 speakers on the door panel, and it's a soft touch material even for the bottom portion. Decent storage underneath too, not the most. As far as the back seats themselves, we got the same quilted material, super supportive even for a back seat. Padding goes all the way out to the frame. As far as legroom, I'm 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and still have a decent amount of space. I'm starting to get a little bit close, but still more than enough. I wouldn't be uncomfortable back here for long trips. We get a 3rd zone climate control back here as well, 12 volt and 2 USB ports, and we can check out this little center armrest similar to the Q5 or Q5 SportBack that we just reviewed in this channel. Pretty convenient overall to open up the cup holders. They are individually opened, and you can probably get a Red Bull in there, probably not a whole lot more. You get mat pockets behind both of your front seats, more like cargo nets. Pretty decent light brought into the cabin thanks to that moonroof. The interior lighting is LED. Nice. That's about it for the back seat though. Let's check out the trunk real quick and take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, before we step into this trunk, I'm really liking that carbon fiber lip spoiler too. You press the button underneath the Audi badge, the trunk opens up electrically, and it's more of a hatch actually. Really impressive amount of space back here. I would expect you to fit between a 50 to 60 inch TV back here with no problem if you fold those seats down. You get 2 additional storage bins on both sides. Pretty good spot for some car accessories or grocery bags. As far as secret storage, underneath here we get a donut. Pretty nice for emergency situations, but what you see is basically what you get. There are 2 tiers of tonneau covers. Should really help keep people's eyes off of your cargo, but we can press this button, watch the tailgate close, and as soon as it does, we'll take this RS5 out for a drive. All right, guys, now we've just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the Audi RS5. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is the steering, unlike most Audis, is actually surprisingly hefty. Reminds me more of a BMW steering rack. It feels very on center. We are in dynamic mode, and we're gonna leave it in dynamic mode for the purpose of this review because I kind of want to hear that active exhaust. It sounds really good. We'll try out the manual shift controllers. But another thing I noticed is the heads-up display. I don't think I mentioned that during the review, but I usually don't mention the heads-up displays for some reason. They're always like an afterthought for me for some reason, but the heads-up display, it's very basic. All you see is the speed that you're going and an MPH right next to it. Nothing like the new like Mazda systems or GM or even BMW, but it's still always nice to get a heads-up display. Really an excellent feature. But we got a multiple lane highway coming up right here. Should give us a good opportunity to try out this vehicle's performance, and I'll catch back with you as soon as we get the chance. Looks like we have the chance. About half throttle. Oh my god. Wow, that thing takes off. Yeah. Yeah, you hear those burbles too. This thing is fast. I wasn't expecting it to pull that hard. Just half throttle. Let me fix this up real quick. But okay, guys, taking a step right here. We'll start off, try one out. First gear on the gas. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. Woo. Wow. But alright, guys, taking a step out here. First gear on the gas. Oh. Woo. Yeah, this thing can get to highway speeds really quickly, and it sounds pretty good right here coming on. Wow, this is a beast of a car. Wow. And on the concrete pavement, you don't really hear that much road noise. Surprising. Yeah, but we can calm down. We don't have to be pushing it too far. You can throw it into its 8th gear, and on the highway, going highway speeds, 8th gear, still feels plenty torquey. Pretty quiet too. And you're sitting around 1700 RPM. These downshifts. feels super sharp too. Yeah, but it looks like as soon as we get the chance, I'll catch right back with you. But right here, looks like we got another multi-plane highway. Got a little second gear. Wow, but it looks like we have a red light. Should give us a great opportunity to try an acceleration off the line. And I guess that's what we'll close this test drive out on right here. Wow. It's just so ridiculously fast. This is such a beast of a car. You can do 0 to 60 in around 3.5 seconds with the intake, exhaust, and a tune, making around 500 horsepower from the factory, 444 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque. Under a 4 second 0 to 60 consistently. Motor Trend got it at 3.8. Guys, this is one hell of a beast. The materials here are excellent. You got just about every option you can possibly want or need. Base price around 76,000 bucks. Certainly not cheap, but it is such an animal when it comes to performance and just cruising along. It's smooth. It's a luxury vehicle too. We could try it out in comfort mode, see what the differences are. Yeah, it's quieter. The steering feels a little bit lighter. Still super on center. We're changing directions with very little throttle input. The brakes still feel insanely touchy. Transmission's less sensitive. Quieter engine. The exhaust quiets down with this active system. What a great best of both worlds vehicle. If you don't notice your blind spot monitoring sensor, it's right over there on the mirror. What a car. All in all, guys, I am so impressed with this all-new RS5. If you're cross-shopping between vehicles like the new BMW M3, maybe even the M4 with its Grand Coupe or Grand Touring, whatever you call their four-door M4, or vehicles like the new Lexus IS 500 with its 5-liter V8, I would definitely recommend checking out this RS5. It feels really fast, and this 2.9-liter V6 might be the best sounding V6 I've ever heard. I think this sounds even better than what we would get from the BMW M cars. However, I understand that the M cars that we reviewed in this channel, none of them have had an aftermarket exhaust like this. They have had BMW's M Performance exhaust, but this is a true aftermarket system. It's going to sound better than an M Performance from the factory, because the factory wants to have both types of customers happy that don't want the annoying noise while still having a very solid grunt to it. But other than that, I want to give a huge thank you to Audi here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. Really impressive dealership. Their inventory is starting to pick back up again. So if you're in the market for a premium vehicle in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. Really kind staff and a pretty impressive inventory. And a huge thanks to all of you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I did. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really have a true appreciation for each and every one of you. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.